This week on SU News. First, Wheelock College is merging with Boston University. Plus, Boston has been ranked the #1 city for startups. And
I am in the midst of a Halloween crisis.
Patriots quarterback Tom Brady showing his soft side and his love for Halloween. And it's all coming up on SU News.
The story starts here, in the heart of the city.
We've been following this story since it first broke.
Everybody's waiting to find out what's next.
It's an issue for residents here and around Boston.
Now, the city is buzzing.
It's a story you first saw on SU News.
It's the talk of the town.
It's all coming up on SU News.
Welcome to SU News, the weekly news program brought to you by the Department of Communications and Journalism at Suffolk University. I'm Brandon Hyde.
And I'm Kelly Mitchell. We start today with the school shuffle, 2 Boston colleges becoming 1. SU News reporter Mary Boucher is live in the studio with the details.
Boston University has finalized its deal, merging with Wheelock College, a historic institution that has been in the city of Boston for the past 130 years. BU's School of Education will combine with Wheelock School of Education, Child Life and Family Studies. The name after the merge is complete will be Boston University's Wheelock College of Education and Human Development. With only 1,000 undergrad and graduate students enrolled, Wheelock still continues to face a decline in enrollment and an increase in their expenses, which has outpaced the college's overall revenue. Wheelock's close proximity made it an attractive partner, considering its 5-acre-long campus along the Riverway in the Fenway neighborhood. Wheelock students will shift into BU programs and will continue to pay the same tuition costs that they would have paid to attend Wheelock. The admissions process will transition to Boston University's process and standards beginning in 2018. BU is offering other Wheelock staff appropriate positions, but layoffs will be a possibility. The merger between the schools will be finalized on June 1st of next year. Live in the studio, I'm Mary Boucher.
With the fall season now in full swing, Suffolk held their annual festival right in the center of campus, and I got a first-hand look.
Candy, pumpkins, and games. Suffolk University's Program Council hosted one of their major events of the fall season.
This is kind of our second year doing it under the name Harvest Fest, and so the idea is basically to create a good fall event for students and passerby. Just come in and have a good time.
Students swarmed Romer Plaza Tuesday afternoon to take part in the autumn celebration, regardless of the weather.
I think it's a great event. We always have a good turnout. Weather's a little cold today, but that doesn't stop people from coming.
Organizations from the university set up booths at the festival to get students more involved.
You can see a bunch of other clubs here like orientation, supers, etc. At this event as well to make a whole community feel with pumpkin painting and apple cider and a bunch of different fall-y things.
NSGA President Daniel Gazzani encourages students to attend the council's next event.
PC does a great job. They're a major programming board on campus. They will be having their Halloween bash next week as well. I believe Thursday the 26th, so I would also encourage students to go to that.
And the council said they hope to hold more events like this in the future because it brings students closer together.
Telemundo invited the Boston community to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month at their annual fair. SU News reporter Julian Sanchez was there for all of the excitement.
People from all over Massachusetts joined Telemundo for its 4th annual Gran Feria at the Reggie Lewis Track and Athletic Center. The annual Gran Feria recognized and celebrated Hispanic contributions to the community and offered free resources.
I'm here today to talk about breast cancer and mammograms and promote our mobile mammography van that goes throughout the city. Just make sure that women know what they can do to reduce their risk of breast cancer or to find it early.
In honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, families enjoyed live music from artists like Tito Nieves from Puerto Rico, folklore dancers from Peru, contests, raffles, and activities. Telemundo reporters signed autographs and took pictures with fans.
Well, I thought the hula hoop contest was super fun, and they had a bunch of hula hoops lying out on the floor, so it was fun on my break with my friends, getting in just fooling around, playing hula hoops.
Gran Feria de Telemundo Boston was fun for the whole family. In partnership with the Puerto Rican Festivals of Massachusetts, La Gran Feria helped raise money for hurricane relief funds for Puerto Rico. This is Derwinning Sanchez for SU News.
Coming up, the Boston Globe taking over modern theater. SU News will be right back.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 wonders of the world.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
Welcome back. Suffolk's Modern Theater held a special event on Thursday.
As Boston Globe journalists told their stories for a special Globe Live show. SU News reporter Jacob Toby is live in Boston. Jacob?
Thank you, Brandon. And Thursday, Suffolk students and faculty had an opportunity to check out the Boston Globe Live show rehearsal at Suffolk's Modern Theater, and everyone was treated to a certain variety of stories told by Boston journalists. It's journalism with a theatrical twist. Live storytelling from the newsroom to the edge of your seat. On Thursday, the Boston Globe rehearsed its Globe Live show on the university's campus. Globe editors and writers get to tell their story, all part of director Scott Hellman's vision.
Our goal for the show is really to bring our journalists to the stage and give people a new forum to tell these wonderful true stories that they're so good at and do every day in the paper and online. This is a chance to add something a little different, to add some multimedia, some video, some audio, right, some photos, and to do it in front of a live audience, which is super fun.
Many types of stories were told. Some more personal than others, like losing a loved one. Some more comical, like making fun of Boston Yelp reviews. And some even included music.
You know, it's really just trying to be as creative as we can with each act. We try to make it feel as much like a show as we can.
A few months of hard work by Hellman, followed by a day of sitting in the dark, taking notes, and listening to the stories of his colleagues.
I hope that people found it interesting to see the process. I mean, you could see that it was a little bit of a working rehearsal where we're still working on our cues and some of the pieces and the words and the articulation of the story. So our goal in coming over here in part was to get performers used to what it feels like to be on a stage.
Now that was just rehearsal. The real live show will be held on October 27th and 28th at the Emerson Paramount Center, and the curtain will open at 7:30. Reporting in Boston, Jacob Toby, SU News.
Now it's the space oddity that has gone viral. Tom Brady appearing in an out-of-this-world commercial to announce a contest, and I got to talk to one of the first winners.
People of Earth, I need your help. I am in the midst of a Halloween crisis.
Tom Brady announced hidden prizes in Halloween candy boxes in this Unreal Snacks commercial from last week.
In hundreds of these Unreal Halloween boxes, I have hidden tickets with secret codes.
Those redeemable prizes range from signed Pats gear to boxes of free chocolate, and people are on the hunt.
Yeah, probably go buy some chocolate.
Just one day after TB12 posted the commercial to his Facebook page, Brian Gibbons found one of the first tickets at a Salem market basket.
The ticket was actually like wedged into the bottom of the box. So just kind of shaking it around, I was like, wait a minute, something's in here. And we looked, and it was this redemption code, and it said, congratulations.
But the tickets are only the beginning.
3 of these boxes contain something even more valuable.
There are also 3 hidden skeleton keys. Those who find a key in their candy box will get to meet Tom Brady, and people are holding out for that grand prize.
Like the first person, like a famous person that I'll meet.
I'd probably give it to my son.
Give him a hug. Thank him.
Meanwhile, Brian is hoping his luck will continue and that he'll also win that grand prize.
I'm hoping I can play catch with them.
At least 20 tickets have been found, good for free candy boxes, but none of those skeleton keys have been found yet, which means there are still 3 chances hidden out there to meet Brady.
A special event taking center stage in Boston. A 5K race bringing hundreds together, all for a good cause. SU News reporter Olivia Ladon gives us the rundown on the racers.
3, 2, 1.
It's not unusual for hundreds of runners to line up in the Boston Common.
I just found out about the race, believe it or not, this week.
This is our first year running this race. It was inspired by our coach's cousin.
But this race is one they'll never forget. The Play Brigade 5K is a run for everyone. It's run by a family who sees potential in people with disabilities and wants to see a social change in the community. They make it feel like home, as it should be, by welcoming all fitness levels and disabilities. This run celebrates the ability of everyone.
Congratulations, buddy! This was the City of Boston's first road race that was conceived with every person of every ability in mind. So it's a pretty big day here in Boston. It's a big day for me personally because my family has never had a professionally managed 5K road race that we could do. I have a daughter who uses a power wheelchair, and I have two who don't. And so coming from a big running family, it's nice to be able to include your entire family, or for people with disabilities to run with their friends.
MJ, who suffers from a rare disease, finished in second place.
Okay. I have multiple sclerosis, and my legs don't work really well, so this is great. And I'm so excited because it's so inclusive and it's so disability friendly. And it's just great exercise. And you meet lots of friends. But this is really special because everyone's comfortable with each other, where I've been in races where the runners would just as soon run you off the road.
Coming up next, we celebrate Boston. We've got the scoop on this year's Hub Week and on the newest startups in the city.
Sure, I look cute now, but when my owner lost his job, it was rough. I was living on the street, and one night, me and this Cocker Spaniel got into it so bad, I wound up looking like an ice cream cone. I cried a little bit, but thankfully I got rescued, so I'm running, I'm jumping, all back to my old self. And I'm ready to give unconditional love, even if you put a lampshade on my head.
Welcome back. The city of Boston undergoing a unique transformation.
An event celebrating innovation and creativity covered Boston City Hall with some new decorations. SU News reporter Cecilia Favela has more.
This weekend in Boston, art, technology, and science got together to promote innovation in Hub Week.
The 6-day-long Festival of the Future came to an end this weekend in Boston. From interactive containers to conferences and expos, Hub Week exposed the public to technological and innovative advances.
I really like the aesthetic of the whole event. Like having it in storage units is really a neat way to immerse people in an environment.
Almost 100 companies showcased their work in 13 different areas that impact the way we live.
Meeting people, exposing the community to something cool you're doing, it's just good word of mouth. I find that our company grows the best based off of just word of mouth and human connection. So anytime we can get that and get it at such a high volume of, diverse passer-throughers, it's awesome.
For some, the event highlighted the importance of a diversity of industries coming together.
I think it's good to just bring together smart people who are working on different things because you can collaborate in a lot of different disciplines and find new creative ideas.
For others, this event represents an opportunity to educate people on current issues and make them aware of how different industries are working together.
Education, part of it is super big. Getting people to actually be aware of what's happening with climate change and how bad it's going to be if we don't do anything about it.
Tech is really important, especially now with the technological advancements age and everything. I think it shows a lot of awareness and exposure about even combining art and tech, about women in the field of tech. I think that it's making Boston a very tech city, and I think it's the future.
In Hub Week, it's all about impact, so organizers hope people become aware of all the innovative resources available to their community. In Boston, Cecilia Favela, SU News.
With Hub Week celebrating innovation around the city, it only makes sense that Boston's technology scene is one of the best in the country. SU News reporter Matt Brown brings us the ones and zeros about Boston's newest national ranking.
Boston, Massachusetts is known for its tourism, history, and sports teams, but as of this week,
It's also ranked #1 hub for business startups in the nation.
For the second straight year, the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation and Startup Incubator 1776 ranked Boston as #1 among the top 25 hubs for startup companies. In their statement late last week, the Chamber of Commerce said that Boston is most ready to, quote, capitalize on the shift to an increasingly digital economy with a unique focus on what we refer to as next wave startups. Understandably, entrepreneurs in the area are excited to continue to utilize all the resources that Boston offers for entrepreneurial growth.
You know, a lot of people are starting startups while they're in college or they're working. They don't have a lot of capital. So you have places like District Hall, you have Mass Innovation Nights. You have all of these events where people can come together and network.
Boston beat out the previously #1 Bay Area for startup environments, also beating out Philadelphia and Austin, which are in the top 5 as well. A large contributor to the spike in the fostering of innovation and entrepreneurship is the talent access and connectivity found in the heart of the city.
You have all of these universities feeding so many educated students in so many different areas that allows for especially tech innovation, but also other areas such as pharmaceuticals and consumer products.
While Silicon Valley is notoriously known for being the best and most competitive place in the country for startup businesses and technology companies, Boston does have quite a few qualities that puts Beantown above the Bay Area.
What makes Boston the #1 place is the community, right? I think in Silicon Valley you have such a cutthroat place of competition and startups going in and out of business all of the time. And in Boston, I think you really find that startups are really looking to help each other as opposed to put each other out of business.
We reached out to the Chamber of Commerce Boston branch, but they were unable to appear on camera. In their statement released Wednesday, however, they did praise Boston for being, quote, a welcoming regulatory environment for startup communities. In Boston, Matt Brown, SU News.
That does it for us here at SU News. I'm Kelly Mitchell.
And I'm Brandon Hyde. We'll see you next week. We hope you'll join us.